James Milton Kelly was born on May 5, 1946, in Paris, Kentucky, a quiet town with little hint of the storm he would one day become. His father, a police investigator, and his mother, a hard-working domestic worker, raised him with discipline, self-respect, and the unshakable belief that he was destined for more. At Bourbon County High, Jim was a natural athlete, excelling in football and track. On the field, he was electric. Off the field, he stood tall, confident, charismatic, and already standing out in a world that often tried to ignore black excellence. He earned a football scholarship to the University of Louisville, but it wasn't a fairy tale. A clash with the coaching staff over racism and discipline led him to walk away. And that's when the universe stepped in. Drawn to the philosophy and power of martial arts, Kelly began to study Shorin-ryu karate with laser focus. He trained under masters Sin Kwang Lee and Gordon Dover-Sola, absorbing not just technique, but the mental discipline that would shape his screen presence years later. And while most knew him for his kicks, few knew he also ranked as a competitive tennis player in the USTA, proving that agility, focus, and strategy were in his blood, no matter the arena. Eventually, he opened his own dojo in Los Angeles. Word spread quickly. This wasn't just another martial artist, this was a presence, a vibe, a force. Jim Kelly's path to stardom didn't start with a roundhouse kick. It started with a supporting role in the 1972 crime thriller, Melinda. Starring alongside Calvin Lockhart, Kelly brought his real-life martial arts skill to the screen for the first time. It wasn't a big part, but it was enough to turn heads. One of those heads happened to belong to a casting director at Warner Bros., who was scrambling after a last-minute dropout on a high-stakes project. Originally, actor Rockne Tarkington was cast in the role of Williams for Enter the Dragon. But when Tarkington pulled out just before shooting, fate stepped in, and Jim Kelly got the call. At the time, Kelly was married to his college sweetheart, Marilyn Dishman, a quiet support system behind the rising star. But the sudden fame, the attention, the lifestyle, it strained their bond. Hollywood was calling, and it rarely waited for anyone. In Enter the Dragon, Kelly played Williams, the smooth-talking, fearless martial artist who stole nearly every scene he was in.
It's been a big day. I'm a little tired.
His confidence was effortless, his fighting precise, and his look unmistakable. And then came the line,
Man, you come right out of a comic book.
Cool, sharp, unforgettable. Overnight, Jim Kelly became a martial arts icon, not just because of his skills, but because of what he represented. A black action hero in an era where few existed, a man who didn't just belong in the story, he owned it. With one film, he became a legend. But for Jim Kelly, it was just the beginning. If Enter the Dragon kicked down the door, Black Belt Jones blew it off the hinges. Released in 1974, Black Belt Jones wasn't just a martial arts flick, it was a full-blown declaration. Jim Kelly wasn't playing the sidekick anymore. He was the lead, the hero, the man everybody wanted to be. That same year, Kelly joined forces with two other black powerhouses, Fred Williamson and Jim Brown, in Three the Hard Way. Three legends, one mission, and a whole lot of attitude. By 1978, Kelly had gone global. The Tattoo Connection, filmed in Hong Kong, proved his style had international appeal. He wasn't just a star in the States, he was respected on the global stage. But Jim Kelly wasn't just different because he could fight. He brought something else, swagger. He fused martial arts mastery with black cultural cool. The way he moved, the way he dressed, the way he talked, it was revolutionary. For black audiences, he was more than entertainment. He was representation. Proof that our heroes didn't have to wear capes. They could wear leather jackets, throw spinning kicks, and walk away without looking back. Jim Kelly made karate cool. He made it ours. And for a generation growing up without heroes that looked like them, that meant everything. By the late 1970s, the Blaxploitation boom that made Jim Kelly a household name began to fade. Hollywood was shifting, moving toward big-budget blockbusters and turning its back on the gritty, street-level heroes who once lit up the screen. Unlike Bruce Lee or Jackie Chan, Kelly wasn't offered a second act. Mainstream roles didn't follow, not because he lacked talent, but because Hollywood lacked vision. Fame came fast, and it came at a cost. His marriage to Marilyn Dishman, his college sweetheart, couldn't withstand the pressures of rising stardom. They divorced quietly, away from the public eye. Later, he found love again with actress Rosalind Miles, his co-star and longtime partner, sharing a deep bond beyond the cameras. Rather than chase a fading spotlight, Jim Kelly pivoted. He returned to tennis, playing professionally and ranking in senior USTA tournaments. He continued teaching martial arts, shaping a new generation, not for fame, but for the love of the art. In 2013, Jim Kelly passed away from cancer at the age of 67. Quiet, dignified, still cool to the very end, but his spirit never left the screen. Jim Kelly paved the way for the next wave of black action stars, Wesley Snipes, Michael Jai White, and every martial artist who dared to bring both power and style to the fight. He was more than an icon. He was a blueprint. His influence still echoes in pop culture, in fight choreography, and in the confidence of every black action hero who walks into a scene with their head high. Jim Kelly may not have had Bruce Lee's global spotlight, but he had style, he had presence, and he had legacy. A martial artist, a cultural trailblazer, a legend. If you love martial arts and classic action films, dig into Jim Kelly's catalog. Start with Black Belt Jones. Trust us, you won't regret it. Thanks for watching another Fresh K documentary. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Stick around for a quick trailer, just a taste of the other stories waiting for you here.
You know I'm on that grind. Voices of the past echo through the years. Covers the struggles and their triumphs, see the hidden tears. And every line of wisdom flows like a stream. Joining on this journey, let's feel the dream.
Telling all the stories that you never know.
Never know.
Yo, I'm dropping feeling. Legacy file, let it resonate. History encoded, elevate the stake. Black soul, never underestimate. Grinding hard, got the vision crystal clear. Channeling the past, so we persevere. Voice of our kings, bringing truth to light. Every view is stepping ready for the fight.
This is untold. Legacy files, bringing history.